it is a 4 to 5 year decision, but that's a very small piece of the bigger picture. This is a springboard, and this is laying the foundation for the next 40 to 50 years of your life. Both of us, our lives would be different, had we gone to a different school and met different people. Our paths took us to this spot. So, and that all started from my college decision. Had I not given up football, and I was very limited in my opportunities, and that's why I kind of going back to one of your original questions is, what drives me and why have I stayed is, I didn't have those opportunities. And so, I try to preach to these athletes, don't limit yourself. Don't be forced to settle. And I don't have any regrets, but I do have what ifs. And I went to A&M Corpus and gave up football and met a bunch of people and moved to San Antonio and found college promoters, and now I'm here and met my fiance and sitting here with you. So, everything's worked out. But, that all started with that college decision. So it's just having that game plan and having that time so that athletes aren't forced to settle, and they're able to have options.
Just tell me that one analogy one more time. That's a great analogy that you say. The decision that they make, these college decisions, are going to affect them for the next 40 to 50 years.
Yep, absolutely.
When you think about that, that really wakes you up somewhat and say, hey, I need to really focus on this and invest some time, effort, and money, or whatever is needed to figure this out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's an investment. It's an investment in the student-athlete's future, whether that be time, whether that be monetary, whether that be hard work in the weight room. You gotta, invest in. An investment comes from all different, areas, but you got to know, where to invest that time. And athletes are busy. Parents are busy. And so what I always coach our athlete is, if you've got 30 minutes or an hour to apply to this process, the Texans are playing in the background on a Sunday afternoon. That's really where I point our athletes is, you've got enough going on during the week. Let's not give you more homework and make put more on your shoulders. So let's just attack this process, on a Sunday afternoon. If you've got an hour to put towards it, let's get the most we can out of that hour so that you're not at LA Fitness just floating around doing nothing.
Right. Without a plan.
Exactly. Let's get the most out of this. And our game plan is, just to give you the first couple steps is obviously meeting face-to-face, getting the information for your profile website at collegepromotersusa.com. You can check out all of our profiles there. Like you said, they house the highlight video, pictures, stats, physical attributes, grades, everything that the college coaches need. So we'll put together the website. I'll have the athletes start filling out recruit questionnaires for schools in Texas and surrounding states, and then any additional states that they have an interest in. I work with a lot of high academic, true student athletes, where the student is truly first, so I'll have them hit, the Ivy Leagues in the Northeast and maybe the military academies and the Patriot League and the Pioneer League, so I'll have them start filling out recruit questionnaires, and then myself and my staff will start contacting coaches on the athlete's behalf, also have the athletes start communicating with coaches directly via email and Twitter and whatever means necessary. Just coming back to your original point, this is a 40 to 50 year decision. And it all starts that sophomore, junior year.
It's important to get in touch with you as soon as possible. But one of the other things that you do is you do cover all sports.
Absolutely.
We're at a football game. We're talking about football. Sir. We'll get you to come out to basketball and swimming and all that. But that's the other thing. You cover every sport.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously we're in Texas. Football's a religion here. But we work with about 40 to 50% of our athletes are football, and the other 50 to 60% are female volleyball, softball, men's basketball, baseball. I mean, every sport. I mean, the recruiting process and the game plan is a little bit different for each sport,
correct,
but it's all pretty applicable.
You still have to have a plan.
Oh yeah, you still got. I mean, it really comes down to, Greg. It comes down to proactiveness. And being proactive in the right way. That's really the biggest thing that I can stress. It's just having that game plan, and having the time, that sophomore, junior year to work through the game plan, and then obviously, if you don't mind talking academics a little bit, that's obviously a key piece to it, one of the biggest values in what I do and what College Promoters does is being that third party. Not being mom and dad that have been telling athletes to look both ways and, don't eat that and don't eat this and tie your shoes. And, at some point, teenagers are teenagers and they kind of start tuning parents out a little bit. They still love parents and they still will follow their direction and, all those kind of things. But coming from a third party, expert, quote unquote, if you will, sometimes things hit home a little bit. We just serve as a big part of what we do is the game plan and the exposure we provide. After our 20 years and my 10 personally, we know coaches at numerous programs that we introduce our athletes to, but a big part of what we do is that motivation, and making sure the athletes understand, hey, mom and dad aren't, just telling me this just to tell me this, or my coach isn't telling me this just so I say eligible. It's just don't be average. And most athletes, I'll be very, very firm and very upfront with athletes I meet with. Most athletes, if they're getting 78s or 86s, that's just a part of being a teenager, and it's a lack of effort, not brain power. And so I challenge my athletes. If you're getting 78s, get those to 82s. If you're getting 86s, get them to 90s. Challenge yourself. And stay off of Snapchat and Instagram and video games and that kind of stuff. Just take 30 minutes away from that. Be a kid and have a social life and do those things like everybody did growing up. But, put 15, 30 minutes into studies, because if you're, let's say you've got, 7 classes, you've got 4 A's and 2 B's and a C. If you put in 15 to 30 minutes extra on each one of those B's and C's, you can make them B's and A's. It's just about the, having the motivation, and that's really a big part of what College Promoters is about, is that motivation, and getting the most out of this. Kind of to give you another key point and analogy, is this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Right.
Athletes and parents. Athletes can't come back at, 33, and redo it. You go through it. You graduate high school at 18, 17 if you're me. I was a year young, but and that's it. You get one shot at it. And so, it's very unfortunate. Year after year, we see athletes that don't tap their potential. And that's really what drives me still today. A lot of people, they have jobs that they're not all excited about. I don't have that problem. Right. I can't wait to get up, and probably like you, you can't wait to get to the stadium and do this stuff. We're blessed to be able to work in sports, and have a little bit of an impact on a student athlete's life.
Right.
It's very, from a selfish side, it's very rewarding, to see athletes. And after my 10 years and our 20 years as a company, we've got, athletes that are engineers and managers and business owners and, fathers and mothers and ADs. And, it's very, it's fun to get graduation invitations and wedding invites and get those, I'm kind of getting goosebumps talking about it. So, it's a lot of fun because it's life-changing. It really is.
The support that you build around these students, and as you said about the plan that they have, you're helping them for life, even after college, to be organized, to start thinking about the various aspects of the next 40 to 50 years of their life. What do I need to do? Am I putting enough time forward with my goals? Am I just wasting my time on various electronics and games and so on? Or am I actually taking that 30 minutes, like you said, to invest in myself and my future? And it seems like with collegepromotersusa.com and you, Tommy DeLong, they can get all the help they need and guidance just by being a part of your company and getting your services that you're providing.
Yep.
How can they get in touch with you one more time?
Yep, just go to, you can go to collegepromotersusa.com. A lot of great information there. You can reach me directly at tommy@collegepromotersusa.com. That's my email address. You can hit us up on social media, Twitter, Instagram, H-Town College Scout, or just search College Promoters USA, and you'll see our different regions. We all have individual social media as well, just to really help these athletes and get the most out of this, and like you said, prepare for the rest of their life.
Your information on Instagram and Twitter you went over as well?
Mm-hmm.
Do it one more time for our listeners.
Yeah, not a problem. It's H-Town College Scout. H-Town College Scout.
All your needs for your future after high school as a student athlete, you need to contact my friend Tommy DeLong today with collegepromotersusa.com. That's collegepromotersusa.com. The Northbrook Raiders and Memorial Mustangs are getting ready to take the field. They want to contact you. Tell them one more time how they can do it.
Tommy@collegepromotersusa.com. H-Town College Scout. Thank you again, Greg. Definitely look forward to the second half.
Tommy DeLong, you are the man of the hour, the person representing the Houston area for collegepromotersusa.com. Contact him today for all your recruiting needs. All sports are included, and we want to put Spring Branch on the map. He can do it. We're bringing them to the area and making sure that our student athletes have representation at the college level and are able to get the success that they deserve, that they can strive to, but also the guidance of over 30 years of working in the state of Texas with various coaches, but also coaches all around the nation. I mean, what better thing that's coming to the Spring Branch area that I've heard of? Nothing, because College Promoters USA is the place to be for all your needs in regards to college recruiting and also getting to the next level. Tommy DeLong, thank you very much.
Thank you.